Shanfell says, Uncle Brad, what do you think about persons traveling to the United States now from a different country on a B2, B1 visa? Well, if you have a visa, you can come, unless you are coming from Europe, Brazil, I think China. There's a ban on China. There's a ban on Brazil. There's a ban from Europe. But if you're not from one of those countries that you could get on a plane, welcome. Nit D says, I'm a U.S. citizen. I filed for my father and mother. The case was on the National Visa Center level, waiting appointment. Does the protocol, the proclamation affect if one should file again, since it will pass a year on the National Visa Center level? Well, if you're a U.S. citizen filing for your mother and father, the proclamation does not affect immediate relatives. So you can file for your parents, you can file for your spouse, you can file for your children under 21. It's all people on the visa waiting list. Tajaz Dezay says, hello, Brad, sir. I was documentarily qualified on January 2nd, 2020, and the ban is still to the 31st of December 2020. Sir, does my father-in-law have to apply again, as it will be 1 year at the National Visa Center level? I don't think you should. So this is a situation where your parents filed for you. You should not have to reapply again. They'll hold it at the National Visa Center level. Even after 1 year, they'll send you a letter saying, in essence, you have not applied for your visa within 1 year. Please give us a good reason, and please apply for it now, and we'll reopen your case. You could also write them a letter if, as it comes close to a year, asking them to hold your case open because of coronavirus, et cetera, the proclamations, whatever else may be. Madachara Ramakrishna. Hi, Brad. I got my I-360 approval notice and my initial grant of deferred action for 15 months. My I-45 is still pending. I have a new EAD with C-31 with the I-131. Is it safe to travel now? It affects the VAWA green card process. I guess you're talking about the proclamation does not affect the VAWA green card process. You can travel on advanced parole. Ulysia Melendez with a question. I filed a mandamus in New York City. What can I expect? It's going to be fast when they reopen. If you filed a mandamus, you should expect to go before a federal judge, explain why your rights are being violated, and hopefully the federal judge will agree with you and force the government to make a decision on your case. So I hope that's what happens. Daniel K. With a question. Hello, Brad. Can you say a little who affected or not with the new proclamation? Yeah, basically anybody who's adjusting their status here is not affected. So if you can adjust your status here, you have no effect. And it also does not affect immediate relatives. So if you are married to a U.S. citizen, you're a child under 21 of a U.S. citizen, you're the parent of a U.S. citizen. Otherwise, it affects you. Let's see. Yizban Yibisan. Hi, Brad. Keep up the good work. It's been 2 years since my friend applied for change of status. She has not heard any news from immigration. What should she do? Is it change of status or adjustment of status? Either way, it seems like it's a very long time. I think you should give me a call. The number is on the bottom. Tell your friend to call me. I'm not sure what the problem is. I don't know what she's doing, but 2 years seems like a long time. She should have a lawyer look into the case. Luli Andinogen. Hello, Brad. My son moved from where I lived in my home country, and that's the address on his I-130. I'm filing for him. Am I going to change his address in my home country on the USCIS website to his new address? You can do that. You can change it on the USCIS website. You can write a letter to USCIS. You can also wait for the approval notice to come from for the I-130. It'll be sent to the National Visa Center, and you can tell the National Visa Center he moved. Miguel Jaramello took his question away. Oh, no, here it is. She moves out of the house, and I have not seen my son in 6 months since he was born. I did file for child support. Yeah, but you took your first half of your question away, so I don't know what the question is. Dennis Kakambo. Hi, Brad. I called USCIS, and they told me that they have transferred my case from Boston to Texas after the interview. What does that mean? It means that they're going to make a decision out of Texas. They probably have to just follow for your security clearances. That's most likely what it's going to be. Let's see on Facebook what's going on Facebook, if we have any immigration questions on Facebook today. Al Joby with a question. Hi, Uncle Brad. My cousin had an interview back in December 2019 for N400, and after the interview, he was told they could not make a decision that day and have not heard since. What can he do next? Well, if it's more than 120 days, you can do what's called a de novo review, which is take the file out of the hands of the Immigration Service, bring it into federal court, and tell a federal court judge to decide. And the federal court judge is going to decide pretty fast. That's the fastest way to become a citizen, do a de novo review. You're allowed to do that within 120 days after an interview if they don't make a decision. Ragadan asking for a friend. Hi, Mr. Brad. I'm asking for a friend. If his VAWA case was denied 2 weeks ago, what can he do now? He has one felony charge. Can I tell him to give you a call to try to work what's best for him? Yeah, I would. If his VAWA was denied, he has a criminal record, I would be calling Uncle Brad. I don't know what I'm going to do for him, but that would be the first thing I would be doing. Sam Yemen with a question. Hello, Brad. When I sued the USCIS for delay and got no reply, what is the next step? Thank you for your cooperation. You sued them for delay, you got to get a reply because you're in federal court. So maybe you have not sued them for delay. Maybe you threatened to sue them for a delay. Those are two different things. I think you need to see me. Let's see what else we have here. Stargirl Mika, Brad, if filling out the visa application form on the National Visa Center website, you make a mistake on one of the applicant's children's date of birth. He was born January 5th and they put January 4th. Would that be a problem? This child is not on the application, won't be traveling with the applicant. Is that a problem or delay? No, when the applicant goes for the interview, they can just say, I made a mistake on my child's birth. It was January 5th is the birthday, not 4th. Can you just fix it? And that's perfectly fine. Zeneb Zendenref. With a question. Hi, Brad. How long does it take to approve the I-360, I-45 VAWA since 2018? It's a 2-year process, so hopefully you'll get approved shortly. Prandeep Ram with a question. Uncle Brad, I'm a VAWA applicant. My previous work permit expired last year. I was not employed since 2019. I've applied for EAD. I filed my taxes for 2018, 2019. Can I file for pandemic unemployment assistance? There's no negative impact from USCIS. You can get any unemployment assistance that you're entitled to. Gordon Jemiah. Hi, Brad. How does a child age out in a petition? Do the age starts freezing from the day a petition is received by USCIS or when a petition is approved? Child ages out when they're 21. That's when a child ages out. They have something called the Child Status Protection Act, which protects children from not aging out, and it's very petition dependent. It depends on what category you're filed in, whether the child is the main beneficiary, a derivative beneficiary, and how long the actual I-130 took to get approved. So it's very, very fact dependent on that particular case. So I can't tell you a general rule, but if you give me the actual facts, I can then apply multiple different rules and figure out what it is. Is USCIS still sending out letters for biometric appointments for persons in New Jersey? Damian Farquharson says they should be, yes. If you travel back to the United States with advanced parole, is your admission date start over? I guess you're talking about, it's important how long you've been in the United States. God forbid you get put in deportation. I think that's probably what you're asking about. For cancellation or removal, you have to be here for 10 years. For somebody who doesn't have a green card, for non-LPR. So for example, if you came on a tourist visa 9 years ago or 10 years ago, and then you travel on advanced parole, as long as it's a short, innocent trip, you're still considered to have entered the United States 10 years ago on a tourist visa. So it all depends on having a short, innocent trip abroad. Returning on advanced parole does not start your admission date over. Pam Willis, any updates on VAWA? The update is they're processing them. Miguel Jamarillo, I married an undocumented girl because I got her pregnant, but she then used our son against me and stated if I don't fix her legal status, she's not going to let me see her son. Well, you can go into family court and get custody of your child. You can get visitation rights, and it has nothing to do with whether you marry her or not. So don't let anybody, get it's a good lesson to learn. Don't get don't get threatened. There's things you can do. I was going to talk also about getting pregnancy too, but we'll leave that for another day. Beige with a question. Hi, Brad. I'm currently waiting for my work permit, the adjustment of status based on marriage. My O1 visa is about to expire and I want to continue working. The expedite EAD soon. Question. Is being furloughed considered employed? No, furloughed is not considered employed, but you're in status because you filed an adjustment, so don't worry about it. P.S. I don't know who. Oh, P.S. is the person. I thought this was a P.S. from somebody else. P.S. is the person. My brother, a spouse of a U.S. citizen, is waiting for an immigrant visa interview. Does he need to fill out a public charge questionnaire form at the time of the interview? He's going to fill it out beforehand. Deborah Chow is an undocumented immigrant approved to I-129. What does he do? He can't do much because he can't get his status. Can't go home to get it. And you can't change your status here. Got a problem. That undocumented immigrant should be calling me. Yizban is adjustment of status after marriage with U.S. citizen. That's a statement. When can we call you? You can call me right now, 1-800-529-5465. We have people standing by to answer the call. And you'll get put on my list and I will call you back. Make an appointment to either call you back tomorrow or Monday or Tuesday or Wednesday. So call now, 1-800-529-5465. Rupan Thakador, of course, one of the most popular people in the world, always has a friend. Hi, one of my friends waiting for asylum decision from judge in New York. So please, can you let me know when the asylum court is open in New York? It's supposed to be opening right after the July 4th weekend. Dennis Kembo. If I am a student and I just got married to a green card holder while I was already had a social while being an international student, how long would it take for me to get full-time work? If you are in legal status right now on the student visa and you're married to a resident, you can file an adjustment right now, today, and you can get a work permit in about 4 to 5 months. Dennis Kakembo. If I'm a student and I just got, I answered that. Also, Dave Kamachari. Brad, will reckless driving back in 2011 impact a green card application? I paid a $50 fine. No, that's just being a bad driver. P.S. with another question. What type of visitor's medical insurance we need to buy for immigrant visa applicant and what is minimum required coverage amount? There's no minimum, just have medical insurance. Dennis Kakembo. Brad, they transferred my case 6 months after the interview in January. They transferred my case from field office in Boston to Texas. Well, eventually they'll make a decision. If you want more help, you can give me a call. Let's go to Mija. I married an undocumented girl because I did her pregnant. But we already talked about that. Let's see. Sandra Smith. Hi, Brad. My daughter has been here for a while now. She's been out of status. She, however, has 2 children born here. I'm about to file for my citizenship and want to know if I can file for her. Of course you can file for her. Why not? You can file for her even now as a permanent resident because she's unmarried. Novalet Johnson. Hi, Brad. I'm waiting to be rescheduled for my oath ceremony. I have filed for my daughter in Jamaica 2016. Her priority date is February 2017. I paid all the fees. So when will she join me here? She's 25. Well, right now there's Novalet Johnson. She's 25. I don't know when she's going to be able to come because there's a Trump proclamation that's barring her from coming. And by the way, we're going to answer a few more immigration questions. And we're going to get to there is a second part of the Cecil J. Williams interview that we want to play today. So we will be playing that very shortly, but we want to answer the rest of our immigration questions. At least you won't be here at least till after the election, until January. Hopefully Joe Biden will lift the proclamation. Hopefully Trump, God forbid, if he's elected again, and God forbid that's the case, doesn't continue it past December 31st. Hopefully there's a lot of constitutional civil rights immigration lawyers out there, federal litigators who are going to go sue Trump. We're going to go sue Trump for basically grabbing power that he's not allowed to have. Galib Khan with a question. Hello, Brad. If you received a form EOIR 27, what does that mean? And what if you fail to respond within 15 days? That means that that's a notice from the immigration courts, but I'm not sure what is written on that notice. Mija, so you should call a lawyer. Mija, I filed for child support. I have visitation rights. I want to be part of the baby's life. I didn't kick her out. He's just giving more information. So family court will, if you're a decent human being, family court will give you visitation rights. You have a right to see your baby. It has nothing to do with whether or not you sponsor the mother of the child or whether you marry the mother of your child. So any event, we had shown a little bit of Cecil J. Williams earlier. We want to finish my interview with him. Let's watch the conclusion of our interview with Cecil J. Williams. This is me patiently waiting for Cecil J. Williams. There's nothing like dead air. All right, well, we'll do the rest of Cecil J. Williams. We'll do the rest of Cecil J. Williams on Monday and Tuesday. And also, you could also catch next week. We'll probably post all over our social media the full interview with Cecil J. Williams. By the way, he's a really amazing man. I mean, had lived such an amazing life and lived a life that was very, very important to the civil rights movement in the 1960s. So, especially what's going on with everything going on today, it's really, really important that people should inform themselves about what's going on today is based on what happened in the past. So it would be amazing for everybody to watch that. I really strongly urge you to do that. Sir, our priority date is 28 August 2006. Our case is F4. We received qualified letter on November 5th, 2019. How much time do we have to wait? You're eligible for your green card, but for the proclamation. Namtona asks a question. My mother applied for me on 20 April 2016. My category is F2B. How many more days do I have to wait? You're about a year away on the waiting list, but also we have a proclamation. And Carlos Nole has a question. I have TPS. My work is closed since 3 months because of the pandemic. I'm scared to apply for unemployment and take the $600. I don't want the government to put me as a public charge. You will not be a public charge if you take unemployment. Go get it. You shouldn't have to go out on the streets. Quickly, let's see what else we have here. Deborah Chow, is it possible to file an I-360 special immigration without me signing because I have not signed it, but the lawyer said he's waiting for that and he does not have the receipt number? It is impossible for you to file a VAWA case without you signing it unless the lawyer forged your signature. So either the lawyer forged your signature, your lawyer is an idiot and filed an unsigned application, or your lawyer is lying to you. Any one of those three scenarios, it doesn't sound like you have a good lawyer. I would switch. Beige with a question. Can I continue working with a pending adjustment of status case received even though my O1B expires in a week? The answer is yes, you can. Just because you are working out of status, it does not prevent you from getting a green card. You can also extend your O1. Putting an application for your O1, you can do that right now. As soon as you file for the extension on the O1, you can work legally for an extra 180 days if you're concerned about working out of status. But the fact that you work out of status does not prevent you from getting your green card. But if you're concerned about working out of status, file an extension on an O1. You get an automatic extension for work authorization 180 days just from filing the I-129. Samson Edoza, hi, bread. Bread. Yeah, carbs. Don't tell me about carbs anymore. My name is Brad. I feel people are calling me bread because I'm eating too many carbs, I guess. My VAWA is approved, and I have a pending, I don't even know what I'm talking about. My VAWA is approved, and I have a pending I-45 filed by my previous spouse and was put on hold by the USCIS local office when I filed the VAWA. Now my VAWA is approved. What do I do? Contact USCIS, the officer who has your pending adjustment, tell them you got the VAWA approved. Please schedule me for an interview. Nika on the rise, blessing from Jamaica, Brad. You're doing a great job. God bless you, and enough respect, man. Thank you very much. James Dew, Brad, I applied for an SB1 visa in February and passed my first interview before the embassy closed. Will I be affected by the new executive order? No, you should not be affected by the new executive order because the executive order does not prevent people from getting an SB1 visa. Asser USA, this is the last question on YouTube for the day. Hello, Brad. When I sue the USCIS for delay and we get no reply, what is the next step? You have to get a reply, then you've done it wrong. You have to get an answer. So if you didn't get a reply, then you've done it wrong. Call me. That would be the next step. Sankey White, you didn't answer my question, Brad. Is it true visitors aren't allowed in the country from Jamaica? I have not heard that there's a ban from Jamaica, Sankey White. So as far as I know that a visitor from Jamaica should be able to come to the United States. Thanks for watching. For more Brad Show Live, like and subscribe to our YouTube channel.